Hello, welcome to our breakfast show. My name is Anne Lee, and
I'm Andrew Van Lint.
we would just like to welcome all of Andrew Van Lint's English relatives and friends, and in particular Charlie and Hannah and Jamie. And I'm really excited to meet you guys one day. And my name is Anne. I told you that before. And I'm Andrew's fiance.
And I'm Anne's fiance.
Yay!
And fiance.
And after you watch this video, we would love to have a video response from you. So we're going to talk about 10 highlights of 2010, 5 each. So what was the best trip you ever had, Andrew?
Well, Anne, thanks for asking. I have to say I really enjoyed my trip to the United Kingdom in February, seeing all of you guys, and it's been 6 years since I've been to England. A really great time there. Saw lots of snow, enjoyed the cold weather. And but other than that, I have to say our trip together to Perth in July was pretty good as well, with Uncle Nick and Auntie Mark and the family, and then Livy and Nathan coming over from the US finally. So yeah, that was a really good trip as well, and I got to have you on that trip as well. So yeah, hopefully we can do another trip to England together in the future. So Anne, what was your most romantic moment of 2010?
Well, one night Andrew painted my fingernails, and then I knew that I could marry him.
Seriously, your most romantic moment there?
Yeah.
Okay. What about how I proposed to you?
Oh yeah, that was pretty good too. We were on a church camp, and then he asked me if I wanted to go for a walk. So then we went up this hill, like it's called the Bluff, it's in Victor Harbour, and it overlooks like the ocean. And then I was like trying to beat him, so we got really sweaty. But we got up to the top of the hill really quickly, and then he set up this camera like now, but like to take a photo. But then he recorded the whole thing, and then he was wearing like formal clothes under his jumper, and then
It's a good treat.
yeah, and then he got down on one knee and proposed.
That was pretty good, wasn't it?
Yeah, that was pretty good.
And you said,
Yes.
and I was happy. So that was a good moment as well. So, and what was your best university moment?
Well, I'm doing music at uni at the moment, and I have a course that's conducting, so we learn how to conduct choirs and orchestras. So that's been the most fun. It's lots of fun standing in the mirror with a baton, like just practicing how to conduct with music. What has your best uni moment been this year, Andrew?
Thanks for asking, Anne. I have to say, well, for those who don't know, I failed third year last year, and when you fail in my course, you need to do the whole year again. So I was, thanks. It was pretty tough, but I kind of got over that and started this year, and it was when I actually finished the first semester exams and then got the results, and I almost got straight A's, and I was like, wow, that's amazing. Like, and praise God, because like I was really praying for all of that and giving it over to Him. That was probably one of my best moments. But I also found out just last week that I passed everything and almost straight A's overall. So praise God for that. And I think uni's been really good this year, and I've enjoyed also working a bit part-time as well, and just building more friendships with the people in my new year group, particularly at the Queen Elizabeth Hospital on Tuesdays. Yeah. Shout out to all you QEH people on Tuesdays. Back to you, Anne.
Okay. What was your favourite God moment this year?
Well, there's a lot. God's really been doing some pretty amazing stuff in our church. It's a really big kind of revival going on. Lots of really great young people in our youth group, just really stepping up and seeking after God in a really deep way. One of my personal highlights has been I volunteered to help look after a group of kids whilst their parents have their small group once a fortnight.
Yeah.
They're the Kingswood group, and so I started Kingswood Kids group, and we started hanging out and building relationships with them. Then I started teaching them more about how to pray in an adoration style, and then also started teaching them about how to listen to God. And they really started doing some very profound things for specific people, and there have been people we've been blessed because God's given revelation to these kids to pass on to these people. It's been just for them at the right time, and really excited about what else is going to happen with those kids because they're really good. Yeah. And what's your favourite God moment been, Anne?
Well, this year's been really special, like partly because God's been doing lots of things in our church and with all our friends. And actually, I think just like a couple of nights ago, we went for a walk to after they saw like Christmas lights. It was Christmas Eve, and then we went for a walk up a hill with like 20 of our friends from church, and it was just really fun. And then one of our friends said, "Oh, like let's have some quiet time." And then like when we did, we just like one of them led us in prayer and stuff, and it was just really special to hear everyone thanking God for like this year together, and also praying for our city, like Adelaide. On the hill where we could see all the lights and all the stars.
Thanks, Anne. Obviously, God's a big part of our lives, but music is also a big part of our lives. What's your favourite music highlight this year?
Well, music is like a humongous part of my life because I practice like all the time. So, but this year it's been really nice and really nice to have Andrew come with me to some classical concerts. The first one was in Perth. He was sitting outside, right? And then a man let him in, and it was so nice. And then I was so happy that he was in there. And then ever since then, we've gone to some other concerts. Like there was the Schumann Festival in Adelaide. So for those of you who are a big fan of Schumann, there was the Schumann Piano Concerto played by Bernd Klemser, and that
From
was
Germany.
Amazing with the ASO.
Pretty amazing. Town Hall, really nice.
Yeah, and then other things that have been really fun. We've been to Black Jesus. He's a guy from Africa, and he drums and plays the xylophone and things. He was really in the groove, really.
Yeah.
And then also we saw Mother Africa, which was a team of people from Africa doing like circus type things.
Stage circus,
With
really good.
singing and it was awesome.
Acrobatics, yeah.
Yeah.
It's cool.
Andrew, what was your favourite musical moment?
Oh, thank you. And I'd say one of my favourite musical moments, I always like performing and I love drumming and singing, but drumming particularly. Probably two. One would be I had 4 drum students this year, and they had their drum exams at the end of the year, and they all got really good marks, and one of them got a distinction, so I was really happy with them. And they were really, really happy as well. And the other thing was playing at Jazz Night back in April, which my band, The Love Supreme, plays at. This was the 3rd year, and we had a really good time, and other people really enjoyed the music, so you can check out some of our videos if you want to as well. Yeah. And
what are you most looking forward to in 2011?
marrying you.
Good answer.
Yeah. Getting married, 3rd of December. Lock it in. Yeah, 3rd of December next year. So pretty excited about that, and that's probably the biggest thing. Other than that, I'm going into 4th year, so finally going into 4th year, and I'm going to Mount Gambier, which is down southeast of Adelaide, and going for a country surgical placement for 9 weeks, which will be a little bit tough being away from you, but it'll be a really good experience at the same time. And yeah, probably the 2 main things. What about you, Anne? What are you most looking forward to in 2011?
Well, I get to finish my degree next year, so I'm really looking forward to that. Yeah, and I have notes.
Getting married.
Oh yeah, getting married.
Oh, yeah.
That's really exciting. No, it is. I just don't like to admit it. And buying a wedding dress and and having the wedding and the honeymoon will be really good because we get to go away by ourselves. That'll be nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, that's our top 10, or just 10 highlights of 2010. We'd love to hear from you. Maybe you could make your own top 10. Particularly those in England. We'd love to hear from you.
Yeah.
And thanks for taking the time to watch us. Any last moment, closing comments?
I hope to meet you soon.
And I hope to see you again. Okay, bye.
Bye.